sketch from an Australian comedy show, and the sort of thing that gives television humour a bad name, at least with the RSPCA. But few of the rest of us are upset because we know that the bad taste is deliberate. It follows that strong British tradition of only pretending to be nasty. In Not the 9 O'Clock News, nobody ever supposed that the hedgehog really got squashed by the truck. That kind of intentional bad taste is funny, or meant to be funny, and if the joke works, we go along with it. But what would happen if this genuine commercial found its way onto British screens?
This little box has been built with Union Carbide super insulation, which isn't much to look at. Just a layer of paper, a layer of foil, a layer of paper, and so on. As thick or as thin as you need it, enclosed in a vacuum. But when it comes to keeping something cold or hot, or keeping something from getting cold or hot, it's 25 to 100 times better than anything we've had before. 1 inch of super insulation inside the walls of a railroad tank car can keep liquid hydrogen at 420 degrees below zero all the way from New York to Los Angeles. A ½ inch of it can be 2,000 degrees hot on one side and cool to the touch on the other. I'll tell you what, you could put a super insulated container of coffee in your freezer and take it out a month later and it would still be hot. If you don't think it's as good as we say it is, watch the birdie.
The little darling was safe all the time, so it wasn't bad taste. Or was it? There was no way of being sure until the lid came off that the poor little creature wouldn't have been turned into Union Carbide fried chicken. The line between good and bad taste varies from culture to culture. The further east you go, for example, the more your delicate Anglo-Saxon stomach must expect to turn. In this Japanese commercial, live prawns are doused in sake, so let's hope they're blotto by the time they get shelled while still alive and eaten while still alive. Close your eyes, here come the raw prawns.
この新鮮さが贅沢な味覚の命。ピリッとしまった身を皮を剥いてタレで味わう。フルコース3000円よりございます。海鮮酒家ハイファン。
That looks like bad taste to me. I bet it tastes bad too. But is it any more cruel than squirting fly spray around your living room? Certain Eastern religious sects count that as bad taste, along with the maltreatment of any living thing, including human beings. Human beings get treated badly on Western television every day, even by some of the advertisers, who consider it fair game to capitalize where they can on easily aroused emotions such as fear.
Not knowing the risk of heart attack could be like living with a live bomb. The Heart Foundation says, don't risk not knowing the risks. See your doctor soon for a checkup.
Yet another Australian contribution to world culture. The big question there is whether the passers-by could see the camera. Either they're very good actors or they're real people being fooled, in which case the whole thing falls into the category of bad taste. And that's quite apart from the possibility of the spectators themselves dropping dead in the street from shock. But the producers aren't always to blame. Set up a camera anywhere in the world and people will fight to get in front of it. And normally decorous people will degrade themselves. This venerable Italian lady, for example, has probably never thought of doing anything like this before.
po' biondi, ma quello c'è lì, è lì per far l'amore. Vieni un po' biondi, se la vedi, ma quello c'è lì, è lì per far l'amore. Uccellino, lo sul petto, gli fan dispetto, gli fan dispetto, e l'uccellino, lo sul petto, gli fan dispetto, per far l'amore.
Would she have gone that far if the television camera had not been there to bless the proceedings? Italy has changed in recent years, and television, if it wasn't the cause, is certainly a faithful reflection. There are private TV stations all over Italy now, and the Italians have taken to performing for each other with a lack of inhibition, which must make the Pope thankful he was born elsewhere.
3, 2, 1, via! Mancano 1 minuto e 15 secondi in questo istante. Sono tutte più o meno in parità, forse Bergamo con un leggero vantaggio. Mi viene ecco, ecco. Secondi. Oh my God, 20 secondi. Vi restano 15 secondi.
And to think that Dante cursed the women of Florence for their plunging necklines. Today he'd be lucky if Beatrice wore a bikini. Feminism has made great strides in Italy, but it was starting from zero. And when you see the uses that the comely female torso is put to on Italian television, you might think that women's rights still have a long way to go. What man would watch this quiz, yes, it is a quiz, if it didn't have the girl? And what woman would watch it without feeling got at? This show is beamed from Bologna, where men telephone their answers to questions asked by the repulsive host, and if the answer is right, she has to take something off.
Il nero. Togli il nero, vai. Ok, ciao Ettore. Richiama che magari vinci.
She's clearly an amateur, which makes it more disturbing. It makes you wonder what she does during the day. My own guess is that she's a dentist receptionist.
Il nome? Mario. E il tuo vero nome, Mario? Togli. Ah, sono attaccati? Ciao, chi sei?
But maybe I'm being a male chauvinist pig. She could be a dentist. I can remember a time when the biggest sensation in Italy was Silvana Mangano wearing a pair of shorts, for she stood thigh-deep in the mud in a film called Bitter Rice. Anyway, the further north you go in Europe, the more matter-of-fact people become about their bodies. Here's something that couldn't happen on a British comedy program at 8 o'clock in the evening, but could happen in a German one.
Antwortet meistens. Was ist denn jetzt passiert?
Ach, das ist nur mein Ding-Dong.
Dein Ding-Dong?
Wenn du schon wieder Wunder hast, ist doch bloß eine Erregungsautomat.
Erregungsautomat?
Ja, habe ich mir einbauen lassen. Das da, das ist der Fühler, der misst meine Herztätigkeit. Und das Kabel da geht runter zum Computer. Und der hat einen Sender. Und sobald mein Herz bei so einer Erregung schnell erschlägt oder heiß wird, macht's bei mir Ding-Dong.
Der Ding-Dong. Das ist gut, yeah? Heaping second-rate humor on a shape like hers is bad news in itself. For everyone except the Swedes, Sweden is supposed to be pornography's promised land. But Swedish television is so healthy, it's disgusting. They don't even bother to televise their own Miss World heats due to a complete lack of interest among viewers. But without being salacious, they are frank in a way which can leave the rest of us goggle-eyed. This is their idea of a sex joke, as entered in the Montreux Television Festival of Light Entertainment. For some reason, this is the moment that makes me want to resign from the human race altogether. The Swedish light entertainment entry at Montreux. The Swedish heavy entertainment entry was a 6-hour Ingmar Bergman movie of Bjorn Borg's tennis racket collapsing under pressure. After the break, we'll examine how far competing New York cable television stations have pushed the barriers of taste in the alleged fight for freedom. But here's a last look at the wonderful frankness of Scandinavia.
Use the professionals, Davy. Hurry round to Crockett's and have up to 4 garments beautifully cleaned for just £5. Yes, it's 4 for £5 at Crockett's, the professionals, now.
Maybe it's because Cordon Bleu is made à la méthode champenoise, or because it's dry. Perhaps it's because it has 4 centuries of reputation to live up to. Whatever it is, Cordon Bleu is never just a drink.
Now Allied introduce a new range of stain-resistant, soil-resistant carpets in soft, luxurious Antron Plus fibers.
Carpets for easy care. Carpets for more flair. Carpets for hardware. Allied for everywhere.
Over 60 remarkable carpets, a magnificent choice of colours in a range exclusive to Allied, from just £6.99 a square yard.
Allied for carpets for you.
Oh, look, a new telly.
This is the new Bendix Electronic.
It's a telly.
It has all the usual features, but there's one unique difference.
Let's have cartoons.
A low temperature button that saves energy and improves the wash on all major programs.
Come on, what's on the other side?
Bendix approve only Persil Automatic for great results, whatever you wash.
What's going on, Mum?
Only Persil Automatic meets our standards, so it's the only pack we put in our machine.
But where's my duck gone? Oh, he's on telly.
The new low-temperature Bendix saves electricity, but we're keeping it quiet.
British Rail and Kellogg's announced the arrival of free tickets for children.
When you collect 2 tokens from the special Kellogg's Rice Krispies or Kellogg's Cornflakes packs, you can get a free British Rail voucher. Then with most second-class tickets, you can take a child along free.
Bad taste or very funny? Perhaps both. My own view about Jewish jokes is it's all right if Jews make the joke. And of course, Jews did make that joke. No Gentile would have been so uninhibited, or if he had been, so amusing. It was shown on American television, and like most of the best Jewish humor, it emerged from New York. I can't imagine anyone being offended by that sketch. But this next one is meant to offend, and I must confess that in my case, it does offend. Still, we're here to learn, not to enjoy ourselves.
Hi. You might have heard the expression, eat my shorts. Well, there's a product on the market now that allows you to do exactly that, edible underwear. The idea is to compare to your girlfriend and chow down, as it were. I knew you guys would be excited about this product, so once again, I've asked my comely assistant, Nurse Nancy, to test this product and bring us a report. I've asked her to wear a pair all day and report back to us. Nancy, how do they compare with your Fruit of the Loom?
Well, since I knew you'd be doing the taste test tonight, I really wanted to give them a thorough workout. In addition to I I played 4 sets of tennis, a few games of volleyball. But the only thing I didn't get to hoot was a shower.
Wonderful. Which flavor did you choose?
For you, Hoot, cherry.
Then, great. Let's get down to it. Would you mind removing your shorts? Come on, guys. That's enough. Okay, here they are. Edible underwear. You'll notice the workmanship is a little primitive. Here it goes. Bon appetit. They're a little hard to cut with a knife and a fork. You don't mind if I use my fingers? Down home delicious. It reminds me of the taste of wild hickory nuts. The pecan flavor is somewhere between that of a red lollipop and Chesapeake Bay at low tide. Great flavor, Nancy. My compliments.
They're probably making 2 other people very happy. That was an allegedly light moment from a chat show devoted to combating unspeakable infections of the intimate personal areas. Its appearance on television is made possible by the First Amendment of the American Constitution, which guarantees everyone freedom of speech, including the freedom to appear on television and do what they like, provided it's not obscene. But defining obscenity isn't easy. Ugly George of New York's Channel J has set himself up as a one-man film unit, and he stalks the streets of Manhattan, camera at the ready, accosting girl passers-by and offering them instant stardom in return for 1 or 2, preferably 2, simple revelations.
Wait a minute, excuse me, miss. Can you hold still for 1 second? Hold still, hold still. Hold still. I know everybody's terribly busy in New York, but can you hold still for 1 second? What do you do with that fabulous figure in real life? In real life, what do you do?
I don't know.
Are you a brain surgeon or a nuclear physicist?
No, I'm a student.
A student? You mean you're a leech?
No.
No? You mean you take advantage of your parents and you
Right.
steal money from them, right? That's disgusting. Well, what are you going to be when you grow up?
I
You going to change the world?
don't know. Probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
What are you going to use to change the world, your mind or your body?
My mind.
Your mind, of course, right? We got to get a picture of your mind.
Oh.
Right? Can you open your sweater for 1 second so I can just get a picture of your mind? That's a great mind, right? Can we just see your mind, miss, for just 1 second? Miss, that's fabulous. This is America's typical college student. Now, you got to open it just a little bit. It's not an X-ray camera. It's not taking your clothes off. Come on, just a little quick flash. Great, a flash in New York. That's fantastic, right?
Right.
You seem to be embarrassed to do this. Are you a native New Yorker?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're a native?
Yeah.
Are the natives friendly? Are you friendly?
Are you a nut?
No, I'm Ugly George, which is close. Right?
Eventually, after what seems no great effort, Ugly George persuades his new star to go with him to his al fresco studio in Central Park, where he knows what's under every stone. Under the name of Melinda the Rescinder, our heroine later became a regular on Ugly George's show, but this first program was where she made her breakthrough. Ugly George was banned from Channel J after public protest, but he cited the First Amendment and won back his freedom of speech on appeal, although I can't say he appeals to me. Here we'll probably never see Ugly George except as a video nasty. But in America, Playboy and Penthouse magazines plan to join battle with cable TV shows of their own, bringing their dubious message to people who can't even read. But will ordinary people go on wanting to be degraded by professionals if television can give them the chance to degrade each other? Far more frightening than cynicism is the sincerity which has no idea of where to draw the line.
For many of us facing problems, counseling is still frightening, embarrassing, or mysterious. With this television series, we hope to remove the mysteries of what actually goes on behind the doctor's door. We hope you can benefit from the real encounter you are about to see as a couple struggles to resolve their conflicts. Remember, these people are not acting. What you are about to watch is real. Couples, an exploration of the problems in relationships and ways to help resolve them with psychiatrist and family therapist, Dr. Walter Brocklemans.
The main problem that I see that we would have at this point is touching.
I love her. I'm not in love with her.
I wanted sex more often than he did.
We fight like hell.
I did something a long time ago that made him not trust me.
What did you do?
Well, I went to bed with another guy.
Pushed her around, I slapped her, I've hit her, I've thrown her.
Do you feel guilty?
Couples will affect the audience like no other show on television because it touches some very deep and personal human emotions.
It hurts her when you cry? Because it pains her and she doesn't want you to feel badly, you mean? Or she feels guilty, or why?
It upsets her. I can't explain the feeling that she has. I don't know. She just says that it tears her apart. So I feel that there's still feeling there even though she doesn't.
It's like if I see something and I want it bad enough, I'm going to go get it. Where I guess the only thing in Alan's life that he wants bad enough is me. And right now, he can't have me because I'm tired of always saying, okay, Alan, this is the way it's got to be. You can't lean on me anymore. You've got to get out and do it yourself. For 6 years, he's used me to give him the strength, and I don't have it anymore. That's what I'm saying. I'm tired of being the backbone of this family.
Say that to him.
I've told him that.
Good,
20 million times I've told him.
Say it again.
You know, I'm tired of being the damn backbone. That's the way that's what it boils down to. I've been the backbone. And whatever I say, okay, Alan, this is the way it's got to be. But he doesn't do anything about it. That's the problem.
What's so awful about programs like Couples is how the participants fail to realize that the way they talk about their private problems in public is their problem. To me, it looks like the worst bad taste of the lot, but perhaps I'm inhibited. Although the uninhibited Swedes, strangely enough, seem to agree with me. They've been perfectly free with each other for a long time, but now some of them have started to wonder whether freedom really is an end in itself.
Jag har en liten dotter, ett jobb, ett eget liv. Och jag är fri. Ja, jag är fri.
Jag har en egen firma, familj, en bungalow. Och jag är fri.
Jag har en liten tvåa, en tant som passar sig. Och jag är fri. Ja, jag är fri.
Jag har en hemmahustru, 2 barn som artar sig. Visst är jag fri.
Jag har en trevlig hobby, går själv på restaurang. Visst är jag fri. Visst är jag fri.
Jag har en tjusig vänkrets. Vi ses och spelar golf. Visst är jag fri.
Jag har en extra bred säng. Om någon vill ligga kvar, jag är fri.
Jag tar ett litet snedsteg. Någon gång på konferens är jag ej fri.
Jag har så svårt att sova fast jag tar medicin. Men jag är fri. Men jag är fri.
Jag har så svårt att sova fast jag tar medicin. Men jag är fri.
Jag har en otäck mardröm, en bur jag sitter i, jag som är fri.
Jag har en otäck mardröm, en bur jag sitter i, jag som är fri.
Och när jag öppnar buren så finns där ju en ny. När blir jag fri?
Och när jag öppnar buren så finns där ju en ny. När blir jag fri? När blir jag fri?